Spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. If I have to say it one more time, spoiler alert. Greetings and salutations. This is your girl, Outspoken Diva. And let's have a talk about it, shall we? What are we talking about on today? Today we are talking about the Never Ever Met Season 2, Part 2, Episodes 6 through 10. We've already talked about Part 1, Episodes 1 through 5 of Season 2 of the Never Ever Met. If you want to watch that, because we're not rehashing nothing that has already happened, um, go watch that and then come back. Okay, all right. We left off with one couple has already left the house, so we had seven couples that had never met and come to this house to meet and find out if they are really compatible in the offline world. Um, we are now left with six, so let's see. We have Tatiana and Clay, who were dating 8 months. We have Brittany and Ty, Brittany and Ty, who were dating 3 months. We have Kiki and Brandon, who were dating 4 years. We have Jared and Charlie, who were dating 4.5 years. We have Alexis and Chris, who are dating 1 year. And we have Cinco and Jay, who are dating 5 months. If you noticed, I paused, so gave you all enough chance to find out each couple's outcome. As you see, we started with couples who did not make it to the finale. We graduated to the couples who made it to the finale but not together. And then the two couples that made it to the finale and walked off into the dating sunset. Okay? So, yeah, that's that with all of them. But what happened in between there, right? That means you know what? And this is a talk about it, right? We're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the diva. Head nod to Andre, a Black Nerd comedy of the Never Ever. We're going to do that of the Never Ever Mets Season 2, Part 2, Episodes 6 through 10. Okay? JJ is backstage. So when we come back, we will do that, okay? That's so awkward, right? All right, but y'all come like that, right? Okay. See you in a minute. All right, guys. Hey, welcome back. JJ is here. JJ, speak to the people.
Hey y'all.
Oh Lord. So
Yes.
the season has ended.
hmm
Ah. I got two questions for you.
Okay.
Were you shocked about any of the outcomes?
My thoughts on any of the outcomes.
Were you shocked about any of them?
Have we talked about any of them? Kind of breaking up.
I'm breaking up. Oh Lord. Were you shocked?
Oh. Um. No.
Okay.
With Chris and Alexis. I kind of knew he was gonna go that way just to kind of make her a little happy.
Mm-hmm.
Just to because she they did their little date.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he tried to make her feel good for doing that. So the outcomes are BS to me. I'm sorry. Straight up.
I was shocked about Chris and Alexis. I really did think, and I don't know why, because because of the whispers on the street that they not a real couple.
Mhm.
I was actually shocked. I thought she was gonna say no because, well, we'll get to it, but after her little chat with Charlie, I
Mhm.
was like, this might go okay. And yeah, and then how they didn't get to boom booming.
Mhm.
I was like,
Mhm.
okay, we'll see. But yeah, I was a little
Girl.
shocked about them. I was not shocked about Cinco and Jay. I was not shocked or surprised or not surprised when it came to Brandon and Kiki because I had no clue. I really had no clue. I
I
mean,
knew
I
he
know
was gonna say no.
I would have said no.
Yeah.
I
Because
literally,
that whole living with ex thing, that would have
mhm,
had me be like they said at the beginning, hell no. I would have
thank you.
that should have been his answer. Cause ain't nowhere
Exactly.
in the world, and she couldn't possibly think or thought that he was gonna say yes.
I was shocked when he did not get his butt up and leave that night. That he
Yeah.
made it. Or like when he said, "Do you want to call it quits?" and she talking about over breakfast. I was shocked he didn't go pack his bags then. And I was like, okay, I don't know how this gonna go.
What does over breakfast have
Charlie
to
and
do with
Jay,
anything?
thank you. What did that have anything to do? I was like, maybe because she meant so early in the morning. I have no
Girl,
clue.
it don't matter.
Right. You girl.
And you sat
Ooh,
up
I
there and
feel
told this man that the reason why y'all didn't meet is because you was still living with your ex. Girl, you was
mm,
in a whole relationship with your ex.
thank you. Oh Lord. And then Charlie and Jared, I didn't have no real beat on them. I mean, Jared had pretty much told me what they. I mean, I had a beat on them because Jared was telling us he was making sure that they did not leave together.
Oh yeah. He let it know the first season when he put hell no on his card when they was playing that game.
Thank you. So,
So and when he
yeah.
lied in her face and said that he put yes, dude.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
Then Ty and Brittany, child please. I was like, I was never. I was like, okay, this girl don't want him. They not going anywhere.
Yeah,
Uh,
because she was being too picky. Like, girl, you up here mad because he not doing what he said he was gonna do. Then when he finally started doing what he said he was gonna do, you still didn't like the man. So you
you
just
just
didn't like him.
thank you. Then Clay and Tatiana, child please. That was
Yeah.
we found out. We knew there was no way that girl was. Mm-mm. Now the reasonings why they left, okay, that was a little eye opening, but yeah, there was no way. You sitting here lying and hiding the whole child.
A whole child, and then you expect her to be all lovey dovey back after this. You just done told me you had a whole baby and
Okay.
your so called best friend come running, jumping on you, wrapping her legs around your waist. That's not what best friends do. So you
Okay.
want me to be all lovey dovey after all of this and
Thank
you
you.
get mad?
So
Child,
yeah,
please.
none of these shocked me at all. All right, I got one more question, and then we'll start with the good, the bad, and the diva. Hold on, one moment. I forgot to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Okay, sorry guys. Um, did you, by any chance, identify with anyone on the show?
So let's go down the line.
Okay,
Charlie, no, I don't identify with her. Who we got? Jay, definitely didn't identify with her. Brittany, no. Um, Alexis, the only thing I identify with her is our age. You know, we're kind of in the same age bracket.
mm,
And Um, no.
Okay.
Mm-mm. And then
Even.
Tati, no.
Mm-hmm.
And then Brittany, I'm not gonna lie, I have been, trying to talk to somebody knowing that I really didn't like them,
Mm-hmm.
and, and I couldn't really tell them because it didn't want to hurt their feelings. And I think that's what she was doing with Ty, especially with that question at the table about saying, do you see yourself, do you see yourself sexually attractive or seeing yourself, whatever,
You
she
chopping up.
was, I'm
Okay,
chopping
there you
up.
go. There you go.
Okay.
You got it.
What,
You good.
okay. What was the last thing you heard me say?
That you was trying not to hurt their feelings.
Okay. Yeah. So, like, when Brittany was at the table and they asked that question, she was kind of hesitant because she was trying to be considerate of his feelings. So I can identify with that. I've done that before. But
Mm-hmm.
overall, like, mm-mm. She's about to Alexis because of the age group,
Mm-hmm.
and because yeah, and Brittany because they're trying to, um,
Okay.
be considerate of someone's feelings.
Mm-hmm. What about any of the fellas?
Any of the fellas? Okay, let's go down the line. Jared, no, because I ain't that line that boy did. I cannot identify with that.
We would not be
Not to say that
friends.
I've never lied. Not to say I've never lied.
We would not be friends. You acting like that. No, ma'am.
Okay, so no X on Jared. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Cinco. I kind of can. I've given advice. He was more of like an advice kind of guy. He was cool and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. He got a little heated one time, but
Mm-hmm.
I can identify with him. We're trying to give advice. Uh, who we have next? Ty. I kind of can identify with him as far as being silly and goofy. Always laughing, clowning. Um, kind of his kind of personality. So Ty Cinco, no Jared. Chris, no. I don't see nothing where I identify with him. Excuse me. Um, Brandon, excuse me. Brandon, the only thing I identify with him is we both chocolate. We both chocolate. That's a chocolate young man there, honey. He cute. But
Mm-hmm.
that's it. I sure didn't identify with Irving.
Girl, a girl. I forget about Irvin and Alexis. I mean, Alicia. Yes.
And
Child.
then and Clay, no, I can't identify with him neither. So Ty and Cinco. Ty,
Okay.
Cinco, Alexis, and Brittany.
Okay. I identify, of course, Alexis because we're all in the same peer group.
Yeah.
I actually identified some with Chris. Look, I'm the believer of I'm grown. We grown enough to do it, but I'm also
Okay.
grown enough to do it, and I don't need you pestering me and bringing
That's
that
true.
up. Okay, and yeah, I kind of understood his annoyance with that. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, we'll get to that, but not the whole aggressive thing. We'll get to that, but yeah, that whole pestering situation. That was. I was like, yeah, I
Yeah.
get it, dude. I then,
She was
of
a
course, yeah,
bit much.
Cinco. Yeah, she what?
She was a bit much with that part.
Yeah, yeah. Cinco. Yeah, with the advice and that kind of thing. As for the lady, like I said, Alexis. Yeah, a little bit with Charlie because I've been stupid, not that stupid behind a man, but yeah, my heart went out to her because I'm like, yeah, may I never want anyone to boom me that stupid in my life.
Right. Right.
Boom me silly, but don't
Okay.
boom me stupid. Okay, that was yeah. But I
That was
mean,
awful.
I've had to learn. But I mean, I was not her age. I was more Kiki's age. Uh, excuse me, dealing with, mixed messages. But yeah, I might have been younger than Kiki. Dealing with the mixed message part. But other than that,
Oh,
no. Mm-mm. We would not been. Mm-mm. But yeah, I
yeah.
did understand. My heart went out to her. I did understand her on that part. So yeah, Chris, Cinco, both of us got the Cinco.
Mm-hmm.
Alexis,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. All right, ma'am. You got any goods?
No,
Okay, I
they
got two
all just
goods.
they just okay. Cinco can be a good.
Okay,
Excuse me.
Cinco can be a good. Okay, with his
Cinco can be
advice.
a good. Yeah, because
Mm-hmm.
he, trying to give the little people some little advice.
Mm-hmm.
That's. I mean, they just Cinco. That's my one.
Okay. Okay.
Unless you can say something to change my mind.
Okay. I only have two goods. And when I tell you I had to stretch them, cause the second part, episodes 10 through 10, that was a stretch.
Oh yeah.
That was a doozy of a season. I mean, yeah, but we'll get there. My goods, the second dates. They had the second dates. I'm glad that the other half of the couples, except for Ty, uh, so we had Cinco, Kiki, Alexis, and Charlie.
Hmm.
I'm missing somebody. Oh no, yeah, those of them because everybody else. Ty did the second day, but he did the first day, so Ty is not in it. And then Clay and Tatiana left before they could even do a
Hmm.
second date. So yeah, Cinco, Kiki, Alexis, and Charlie. The second, because they didn't plan the first day, I did like that they planned the second day. I
Yeah,
think
that was
too
cute.
often we get on, you know, only
The
one
man.
person can,
Yeah.
the man, especially in our case, the man. I don't mind planning a date. I'll pay for a date if I plan it. If I
Right.
suggest or if I ask, I'll do that. That's not a problem. That's not a problem for me.
Right. Right.
Uh, but so and then also with the Jay and Cinco situation, since Jay planned the first date, since
Was
we
that
have
a date?
this flip flop, yes, it was good to see. Okay, what can Cinco do? Because if not, he was really about to look very henpecked. I hate to say it, say that, by society's norms.
Mm-hmm.
So it was good to see that. And his date was the best looking date, in my
Yeah.
opinion, with the fragrances and stuff. I want to do that, not just like a date, but I mean, just make my own fragrances anyway. We have those in Dallas. I probably got them in Houston.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, yeah.
What did Charlie
And
and
then my
Jerry
second
do?
girl, they went outside and had a picnic because he likes the outdoors.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. They sure did.
Yeah. Yeah. And then my second one is about Ty figuring out Brittany didn't want him without anybody having to give him his advice.
Yeah.
I try not to be as hard on Ty because I'll admit to y'all, JJ does know this. Ty was supposed to be a diva likes until he kept talking and he became too goofy for me.
Mm-hmm.
And if y'all know some of my crushes, if y'all know who my YouTube crush was, and a couple of my YouTube crushes, y'all understand. I'm attracted to a lot of goofy guys. He went too far. But I have to give it to him when he figured out Brittany didn't want him. He caught it. He didn't need no advice. Nobody he had to handhold him. You know what? Let's nip this in the bud. Let's go talk about this. Okay? You want to play
Mm-hmm.
in my face? Let's take care of this. Unfortunately, it had to happen after their second date, after he done made crab legs and all
Mm-hmm.
that kind of stuff for him, and took her to his house. and all that kind of stuff. But I'm glad he figured it out without advice and things of that nature. So those are
Yeah.
my only two goods. So all right, the bags. Go on and give me all your bags because I'm going in.
Okay. Um, Jared is on the top of the list for bad. He's on the top of the list for bad because he has played in this girl face basically ever since he started talking to her 4 years ago. He is on the top, and I don't know anybody else that can match him. He is on the top. Jared. Number two, that's underneath him, I will put Clay. Well, they kind of neck and neck because he been lying to her since the first day they met, which was what? They've been 4 months, 3 months. How long was Clay and Tati?
How long had they been dating? Eight
Yes.
months.
So he been lying to her for 8 months. So he's right neck and neck with Jared, a liar, immature, selfish, inconsiderate. Um, who's next? Irving. We talking about people that left the show too, right?
No,
Or
just 6 through 10. We'll
6 to 10?
we'll
Okay,
we'll get to that. Yeah, that's 6 through 10.
okay. So okay, Clay was in 6 to 10. So he was on six. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay. After Clay,
They
we
left.
have.
They left episode 7.
I can't hear you. Say that
Okay.
again.
I said they left episode 7. Him and
Yeah,
Tati
they left.
playing
Right.
Tati.
Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
Jared won. Clay next. Third, my third bad is going to be Charlie for being silly, for laughing at Tati, and you are worse than her. You worse than her. You up here laughing and kikiing and hee-heeing and going around telling people he got a baby and she don't even know and everybody in the house know. She number three. My fourth bad would be Jay. 'Cause I don't know who she thinks she is. Telling somebody they
Go
could
on,
leave.
Kim.
Like, little girl, who are you? And I'm not even talking about how Brittany was trying to talk to her man and touching on other men. Okay, Brittany was dead down wrong for that. But who are you to tell somebody that they can leave and she leaving like she came here with no man? And if they didn't match or click, that's fine. That little smart remark she said at the end when Brittany was going back upstairs to leave. And then my fifth bad would be um um Kiki. Kiki was dead dog wrong for keeping that secret. That's a bad. And then expect somebody to be okay with that. Ma'am, what are
Mm-hmm.
we talking about
Mm-hmm.
here? What if he told you the reason why y'all hadn't met is because he was still talking to his ex or previous or whomever? Like, come on. Oh, and back to no, yeah, back to Jay for being messy, telling Tati that that girl ran up on him and wrapped his legs around him. That was messy. Well, they all was wrong for that. They all are bad for that because they was all laughing and talking about it.
Yeah.
So I
Yes,
can't just
they
blame it
were.
on her. So,
Yeah.
um, so Jared, Clay, Charlie, Jay, Kiki,
Okay.
5 bads.
Okay, you got 5 minutes. Okay. You ready?
Yes.
Everybody, everything is a bad.
Pretty
Let's start with
much.
production, of course. Let's start with production. So, I'm gonna address production. There's these whispers on the streets on who could be um made up couples, right?
Hmm.
I'm not gonna call names and all that kind of stuff, but the way these people acted, and it was bad acting or bad editing or
Hmm.
whatever, you make us want to believe them. You make us want to believe the whispers on the streets,
Right.
okay? Because yeah, some things, they saying stuff like I said, either it's bad editing or bad
Hmm.
acting. You didn't give them that. You didn't suggest their lines well enough. Okay. And number two, now y'all were doing very good on the accents. Okay. Some of those games I liked. Y'all were doing real
Oh
good.
yeah.
But if y'all don't go in there, if y'all don't bring Dr. Alley in the house sometimes so they can get some construction paper, markers, and colors, and map pencils, and all that kind
Hmm.
of stuff, and house that much. How these people need something to do at all times.
All
Can't
times.
nobody touch anything. Can't nobody tickle nobody if they working on. These people need to be working on their relationships. Okay, can't
Unscramble
nobody
the
be
words or
talking
something.
into stuff. Can't nobody be in the kitchen talking all the time. When they got things to do, when they working on their relationship. Okay,
Right.
last season folks had work to do. They had their phones, everything. Okay, this time they don't have all of that. Why don't they
Hmm.
have things to do to work on
Hmm.
relationships? I'm not saying I play pool every now and then. I'm not saying, not go outside and chit chat with everybody, cook it, all that kind of stuff. But these people need things to do. Okay?
Right.
Some of these
Connect the
relationships
dots.
didn't work
Something.
out
Play
because,
something.
right, connected to girl. Okay? And I'm gonna say this again. That never ever Mets game where they excuse me, whether they know what's their birthday, what's their favorite color. Hopefully it's not purple. We're gonna get to that. Uh, that kind of stuff that needs to be played at the beginning, the middle, and the end of this episode. I mean, of this season. Okay,
Right.
I don't understand
Effort.
why we need to text these people to see if they are getting, if they wasting y'all's times and our times. Okay,
Right.
all right,
Right.
all right. Now the cast, y'all gonna see. I got everybody broken down by category. Okay, I'm going for the time. I'm not gonna go in on everybody. Just somebody in each group. Okay, we're gonna start with the obvious, the lying liars that lie that need helping hands
Yes.
for them to tell the truth. That goes to Kiki. That
Hmm.
goes to Clay, and that goes to
Yes.
Jared. Jared, you were so egregious that you didn't even tell your helper the whole truth, and that was
Did
your
not.
sister.
Did
So
not.
then, when Charlie told the whole story, your sister was sitting there looking crazy, like she wasn't
Hmm.
shocked, but she
Hmm.
couldn't.
Hmm.
If you
Hmm.
go, and some of that I blame on production too. Some of that you have to have a helper to come in and tell the truth. Go and let these people
Right.
tell the truth. Okay,
Right.
all right. Kicking you were yes. Cavassier was horrible. You sit up there, got a whole secret. But Kiki, you was just as horrible because the only thing is you were just like Clavassier. You had a whole big secret. The only thing is you never told anybody, so they couldn't gossip about you in the house.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay? Speaking of Kiki, we're gonna add Kiki and Clay. We're gonna add Brittany to the list of the people you not that slick enough to play games. You're not that slick. You People got this amount. We all adults. While we playing
Hmm.
games, Kiki, you barely get leeway because you're under 30. But and Brittany, you definitely don't get leeway because you're 40. And Clay,
Right.
I don't know what y'all think you under 32. Y'all need to quit that. That's dangerous business. Plan.
That's
You
right.
know, you're not. help not hurting their feelings and all that kind of stuff. Now, there's ways to do things. First of all, tell the truth,
Right.
okay? And Brittany, you was caught in a lie,
Yeah.
okay? You was yeah, it was a little white lie, so you think, but the man told the truth, and you know what? He was through. That man was through. Okay. All right. Two things can be two things can still be true. And this go to Jay, Lex, and Brittany. Brittany was wrong. She should not have been touching on
Of
Cinco and
course.
Chris. She shouldn't have been
Of
flirting with
course.
them. Okay.
Of course.
Also, the definition of promiscuous and the definition of whore does not describe anybody in that house unless we didn't see anything that we didn't see everything. Because I didn't see anybody boom booming with more than one partner.
Well,
I did not also see
remember,
anybody.
remember, Jay said she was with two men at one time in the same time.
No, no, no. What I'm saying is we didn't see anybody in the house boom booming with no one, more than one
Right.
person in the
Right.
house. We didn't see. So you can't call nobody, Jay. You can't call nobody promiscuous. Okay. Also, you can't call them a whore because no money was exchanged.
Right.
Okay. Brittany might have been an over flirty hussy, but okay. But Brittany was wrong. Don't give me. Brittany was not right. Okay.
Of course she
But
was.
okay. But Jay, what were you trying to do? Were you trying to give her advice, or were you trying to go on and release the frustration you had because she was flirting with the guy you were partnered with
Exactly.
Cinco? And Lex, then you come up and go, and yeah, my man too. Because she was flirting with Chris. I'm not saying she wasn't wrong. Were y'all
Of
giving
course.
advice, or were y'all deciding to vent out your frustrations?
Right.
It snowballed, and like I said, two things could have been true. That we all y'all all grown women.
Hmm.
Okay. Everybody could have had that conversation a little bit better. Now I know Brittany didn't take it the best, but somebody
Right.
need to be cool heads and somebody need to be mature. Okay?
Right.
So yes, Brittany was right. Y'all was on some high school mess. But Brittany, you was
Exactly.
wrong. How they handled that was on some rah-rah. Okay? All right. Speaking of Lex, let's add you to another list. The hard up and waiting to be in the boom boom room.
Oh, it was just pitiful.
And that goes to Ty and Lex. Clay,
Oh.
you was also, but you made it there, unfortunately.
Hmm.
Under the wrong auspices, and yeah, we'll get to that. But Ty and Lex, let's have a sister chat. Me, you, and JJ, because we all around the same peer group. I, I don't know if you got a bad edit. I'll say that much. I don't know if you got a bad edit, but I'm a quote one of my favorite reviewers, really BTV. They can't put words in your mouth. You
Right.
said all them times about boom booming with that boy.
Hmm.
Even with your
Hmm.
friends. I ain't never been had to chase this a young man this hard.
Uh-huh.
And
That's
I
what she
listen,
said.
every time we looked up, ma'am, we got it. And I'm sorry. I understood what Chris was saying. It was a little annoying. I don't know about aggressive. It was annoying.
Very.
But ma'am, you look like a thirsty old lady.
Yes, very
Again,
thirsty.
I don't know if it was editing, but you gave them the material. You gave them the words to edit.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay. Take your own advice. Next, I'm gonna have to put you on another list because what you gave Charlie should have been you should have been taking that same advice. Also, I'm gonna give you Cinco. Cinco, you need to be on this list too, because here we go. You worried about whether it's gonna be Atlanta or Chicago, where you and
Hmm.
Lex gonna move, not Lex, Jay are gonna move to. First of all,
Hmm.
y'all just met. I don't care if y'all been talking virtually, dating virtually. Y'all just met.
Right.
Can y'all date first?
Get
Can y'all go
engaged
visit each
first or
other?
something.
Can y'all go visit each other? Because you don't know how you live is not maybe how she want to live, and how she live may not be how you want to live. We find out she has a child. You may not even be you and the child may not even really get along. Okay, but you told Clay when Tati was upset about the
Hmm.
whole friend jumping on him and uh uh the finding out about the secret baby and all
Yeah.
that kind of thing. Give her time. Give her time. You give Jay time.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Right.
Need counseling now. A whole go for all. Everybody needs counseling. I mean,
Everybody.
hey, I go myself. Okay.
Hmm.
But Chris and Brandon, I don't know. I don't. Again, I don't know if it was a bad edit. I give y'all that much. Okay, because I said that about Lex. Okay. But there are things y'all said that I don't see that they were founded. I'm not quite sure, Chris, where she was aggressive at. She was annoying. I
Right.
mean, yes, her touching all on you and her keep bringing up the boom boom boom. But what else was she aggressive with?
Exactly.
Not with about Brandon. I'm not. I can't say that Kiki has a drinking problem. Does she know how to not handle her alcoholic beverages? Okay. Or do you know something like there were times y'all were talking and she was no too many times she was inebriated when y'all was on the phone, when y'all was communicating online. Okay. But we did not see that she has a drinking problem.
Right. I don't know where he got that from.
All of these things are stemming from things that y'all have said comes from y'all's past. Go get go what these young people say, go talk to the lady
Right.
or the moon. You know, but they used to say, go sit on somebody's couch. Y'all need to
Hmm.
heal from those things, okay? All right. Need to pay attention. There goes to Lex, Tati, and Charlie. Tatiana, baby, what you laughing at? What's going on? When
Girl.
Lexus came to their kitchen and apologized, at what point did it not tell you, I need to look more into, okay? All right. You you didn't pay attention until they was doing too much laughing because the best friend jumped up on Clay to hug him.
Hmm. Hmm.
Charlie, now white, see, when you's
Too busy.
too busy gossiping about
Hmm.
Tatiana and Clay. Clay got this secret that Tatiana don't know, and you didn't tell Brittany. You told Brittany, right? But
Right.
you can't see that this man is making a nut out of you.
Yeah.
Okay.
A big one.
Then once he told you, you ain't paid attention to that he's talking in circles. Okay, mixed messaging here, you worried about because he came during the night to kiss you on your forehead, but
Yeah.
you're not paying attention to actions and words are not adding up. And then
Especially
Lex,
when he said he don't believe in monogamy. So
you know what? We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that statement right there in a little bit. We're gonna get to, we, yeah, we're gonna get to that because I got a controversial opinion about that. And then Lex, everything that man, yeah, I think he was just saying something, slick, just because he was prepared and all that. Even though that got on my nerves too. And all of a sudden, I mean, the country in him just,
so he was trying
badly
to say purple.
purple. Her favorite color was purple.
Right.
The Lex, especially when y'all was at that table, the last table, last dinner, and he said, "What he say? What he say?" If the owls them start laughing and stuff, pay attention, ladies.
Pay
Pay
attention.
attention, okay? Not the HBIC or the HNIC. You are not in charge of the girls.
At
Jay,
all.
Jay, have a seat,
And
okay?
stay seated.
And stay seated, okay? You don't tell people what to do just because you cook it. Now I think you cooked so you could be a part of everything. I don't know if they watched her and Cinco watched the first season, but they are a weird combination of
They are.
what's his name? Josh and Shay and
Yeah.
Aaron and Diamond. The only
Uh-huh.
thing is they
Uh-huh.
the people in the house like them. But
Uh-huh.
when I tell you that girl thought that she was running things, she
Yeah.
thought she was doing things and all that kind of stuff. I mean, my when I tell y'all I am so upset and fiery. I'm not upset, but I'm so fiery about to talk about this show that my Dallas accent, my South Dallas accent is coming out. I am not code switching at all tonight. Uh, when I tell you that she thought she was running things, I was just like, and then they sitting there having conversations. Well, who you think? Well, I can tell you who's going home, and I was like,
Yeah.
mm, okay.
Like,
And if anybody, and any of these reviewers or anybody in the house say that y'all was stirring mess, it looked like it. It looked like it.
and since
Okay.
she up here talking about she can tell who's staying and who not, why couldn't you
Mhm.
tell Cinco that you slept with two men in the same night? And you did come on.
But then you're upset because uh you're showing them we have problems. Y'all are dating. Nobody's perfect, and y'all just met. Nobody expected y'all to come to this, and there was no prize. There was
None.
no prize.
No hundred thousand dollars, no fifty thousand
Your only
dollars, no nothing.
prize. Your only
No
prize was you walked away with a boyfriend. He walked away with a girlfriend.
no trip to Mexico, Cozumel, somewhere.
Okay, so not even the San Antonio or the what's that the place people like to go
To the
uh
Riverwalk in San Antonio.
San Antonio Sonoma,
Oh
or
yeah.
Niagara Falls or the Hamptons, any of those
Something.
things.
The Houston Zoo, something.
Okay, you know.
New Orleans.
Okay, John Neely Bryan's house, log cabin in downtown Dallas. There is no trip. Okay,
Nothing.
okay,
No
not
free
even
gas. No free rent.
okay, not even to go see Martin Luther King in Atlanta, and Cinco could meet you there.
Right.
Okay, cut that out. All right, Jay, sit back because we supposed to go into Mr. Diabolical himself, and I hope no one ever dates him again.
Ever in life.
And that is Jared. If you notice, Jared ain't come up with none of these other because Jared is in a whole category by himself.
By himself. That boy can look in your eyes and be so serious as a heart
Mhm.
attack and lie.
Mhm. And lie. That is diabolical. I I don't know if his picture shows up with sociopath, but if it does, I won't be shocked.
Yes, something's wrong with him.
Something is wrong with him. Now,
Something happened. He has a past trauma that
yeah,
has like
yeah,
changed him
yeah.
completely.
Mhm. It is. So I cannot believe that I can't believe he's like that. And
I,
then that when they were playing that final game, talking about and he said he didn't believe in monogamy. I feel like he didn't believe in a monogamy lie because he was just trying to make sure that him and Charlie were not going to leave together.
hmm hmm
Yeah,
And
you
then he
told
want
her
to
to
blame
quit.
it on that he was married before and it didn't
Mhm.
work. And you may love somebody this in this little frame of time, but you can love somebody like dude.
I was so outdone with him. Yeah, you telling her the truth, but then you showing her something else.
hmm
When you said that when your sister was coming, And once all that got to be said, you
Hmm.
and Charlie should have been packing your bags.
Packing them.
But
They should have
waiting till
ran up. Well,
inside.
she should have ran up them stairs.
Okay, he should have ran
She should have
her and her
been
little
breaking
friend.
her neck.
Okay, and he should have said, "Sis, uh, let me pack, cause I don't want you. Don't you didn't want that lady, and you know you didn't want that lady,
He want
and
her
I don't know why
sexually.
you
He
could."
want her around so he can have something he can bang every
But
now and then.
you already, as you said, as he said, crack. He already got to crack. I didn't understand. I didn't understand. It was Jared was so frustrating. Yes, you're telling the truth, but then you keep
Weird.
doing these things. But all in all, you made sure when Brandon, you were wrong for not helping that girl. I mean, I understand chivalry. You didn't want to be with her, but God dog, chivalry didn't have to be that way. You could have just said, "Hey,
Diva, I can't hear you, Diva.
okay, guys, hold on one moment. Something happened. My connection went out. Hold on, guys." Okay, we waiting on Jay to come back in. Also, I don't know what happened, guys. I don't know. All of a sudden, I went swirling. I don't know what was the last thing y'all heard. We were talking about Jared. No, we were talking about Kiki and Brandon. Because I said Brandon, chivalry didn't have to be dead. Uh, but there was Kiki did do a can I get a hug? And I ladies don't ever be that person. Fellas don't be that person. Okay, if they don't give y'all ain't in a hugging situation, don't do that. So yeah, but yeah, I did see on Instagram that he did give her a hug. Production was being messy. But again, like I just said about Alexis, they can't put things in your mouth. Kiki, can I get a hug? Mm-mm, no. But then
No.
Brandon could have her put her bags in the car. Okay, I don't care how upset you are. Shivery didn't have to be there. But if evil, if diabolical Jared could help Charlie, even though he did help Charlie, I think he helped her put her bags in there so to make sure that she was in a car. She had a Southwest flight. He had an American flight, and they wasn't going home together. That's what was going on.
Right.
That was it. But yeah, that's the end of my bads. I have talked long enough, but that's the end of my bads. So I think everybody that was on episode 6 through 10 made it to the beds.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah. Definitely.
JJ, do you
Yes.
have any? Do you have any divas?
I'm sorry. No.
We're gonna match on no. I didn't, but you know what? On season one, part one, I didn't have any divas then. I don't have divas. Nobody was, because Chris, is fine as Chris is, that
Mm.
Purpell and Bally's and
Yeah.
however he was reading doing that game and all that kind of stuff. I don't know why he was punching up the uneducated southerner talk. I didn't like that. I didn't like
Yeah.
that. That was disgusting. I did not like that at all. And then Kiki, again, to me, yeah, she can't be a diva because how she reacted when Brandon was hurt about her finding out, ma'am, finding out that she was in a whole relationship with this man. Made it pretty much. She made him the side dude, and why
Yeah.
whenever he went to visit, some of those times because she was in a relationship, I didn't like the way she handled that. Now, see
Right.
again, told y'all part one, I wanted to auntie Kiki. I wanted to be her aunt because 4 years ago, when Brandon came to visit you the first time, girl, I could have told you, ma'am, you need to get yourself
Mhm.
down to Birmingham
That's right.
and go visit him. And now, if little dude that that you in a relationship with, you come up with, I got you a model, you a model, you got a modeling gig in Birmingham.
Right.
Something. That's what you could do. But no, neither one of them could come back to being diva. I was gonna say Dr. Alley but then I thought about it. Dr. Alley pretty much gave them this y'all ain't gonna tell me the whole truth. I'm going to counsel you on
Mhm.
what you're telling. And I couldn't
Yeah.
give her a diva for that. But yeah. Uh anything you want to add about why anybody ain't a diva and all that kind of stuff?
They trash with the lying and uppity attitude. Jay, I don't. She's definitely not a diva. Her attitude is horrible. She think that her love relationship is perfect, and it's not.
Hmm.
Alexis begging for boom boom. That's not diva. That's not diva. Charlie, no. This dude is clearly telling you in your face he don't want you, but for to get to crack. Boom boom. You don't see none. That's not a diva. No. Kiki, no.
I did
No.
almost make Tatiana's FU with the
Oh
flowers
yeah.
a diva, but it did not give me. I thought she was gonna say FU, and then we was gonna finally discuss the baby situation because
Hmm.
I get why she was upset, but I just thought since I didn't get the reaction and the discussion that I wanted, then I couldn't give it.
Hmm.
Even though, yeah, when you calmly put out, those letters and flowers, I thought maybe her mind, but no, she was still, yeah,
Yeah.
bless her. Yeah. I probably could, Tatiana, I probably could be her aunt also in my mind, or big sister or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah, in my
Yeah.
mind. Yeah. All right, ma'am. I got two questions for you.
Okay.
Um, would you want a season three?
Yes. After this, we got to have a season three. We have to. It can't. It has to get better. It can't get worse than this.
Oh, I meant
Yes.
to ask you. Did after this season, okay, because I asked you part one, part one, part two. Did you think season two was better than season one?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know my answer. If they're gonna keep playing in our face, no, we do not need a season 3. I've already given them my advice on what they need to do. Production. Don't have these people lying. Don't have all these liars in this. I mean, this was a season full of liars. You know,
I'm ready
and
for season 3.
also check the resumes of these people. Make sure that these people don't have shows coming on and look like a reality grifter. And
Mm-hmm.
they have another reality show up and they on
Mm-hmm.
and then somebody else I just saw did another reality show that was not dating based. I'll send you the link. You'll be very shocked. So yeah. But I won't call that person a reality show grifter. I just feel like they were on another show for something else.
Yeah.
But yeah, check these people's resumes, find out what they got going on, this foolishness, because it make it seem like they playing your face or y'all playing in our both of y'all, the cast and production. Y'all all playing in
Yeah.
our faces.
They all
Okay.
playing.
And if they do have a season 3, and if I watch, are you
You
coming back to
watching because
review
I'm
this show?
watching.
Are you coming back here to review this show with me?
Most definitely. We have to keep this ongoing.
So, y'all, this is why
Yes.
I watched season 2 was because y'all see what I'm saying. Y'all see what I'm saying. I be trying to tap out. Here she go. No, you're watching. You're gonna watch.
We have to watch after this season. Yes. After a Jared, we got to see who else is out there.
You've been out elders. I want them not to. Well, yeah, I want.
If there's another Jared out there, I want to see him.
Who does
We
disturb
need.
me? All right, guys. There is also a reunion for season 2.
Yes. Can't wait.
So
Can't wait.
can't wait, can't wait. Yeah, I can't wait. What do you have any predictions for what's going to happen on the reunion?
All of them gonna be fussing and bickering amongst one another. Irvin and Alexis definitely gonna be going back and forth. Ty and Brittany gonna be going back and forth. Um, we're gonna see the real deal between Jay and Cinco. Um, Tati and Clay. I don't know about them. They might go back. I just think it's gonna be a lot of going back and forth. He lied, she lied, he lied, she lied. It's gonna be all of that. That's my prediction of what's gonna happen on this reunion. Mhm.
Okay, I
Uh-huh.
feel like no couples are together. Cinco and Jay are not together. Alexis and Chris are not together.
Oh yeah.
That's my
Like
prediction.
I said earlier, he only said yes to her because she took him out on that little date that he likes to do in the gym.
Yeah,
That's all that
yeah,
was for.
yeah. Uh, Charlotte doesn't talk to Jared. She doesn't talk to him anymore. I feel like that's my prediction, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm a believer because it would happen to me. There is a saying: when a woman cuts and colors her or colors her hair, they're not coming
Hmm.
back.
Oh yeah.
We have seen the trailer. Her hair is red. She
Hmm.
goes from brunette to red. Now,
Hmm.
please, Charlie, don't prove me wrong. But yeah, I get a
Yeah.
feeling she does not talk to that man.
Yeah. And
We
she should.
won't. She shouldn't. I mean, child. We won't know if Irvin's ex was actually real. We may not know that. Somehow or another, even if his ass, I feel like he gonna dance around that. That back pocket ex that that was either called him or was up on the post, whatever that
He was
caused
up
him
under his
to
sister's
cry.
post that he wasn't even in the
Yeah,
picture.
right. But she connected to you. She contacted you. I don't know. The reason why Alicia met him with passive aggressiveness when they left episode 5. Okay. Um, Kiki and Brandon may be platonic buddies. They may
Yeah.
not do it, but I think they might have become buddies. I don't know. I mean, I
Hmm.
might be wrong, but I feel like they might. And
Yeah,
Clay gonna be nervous, but he's still gonna be unapologetic about hiding that child and that best friend.
I agree. I agree.
So yeah, we will be back to do the good, the bad, and the diva of the reunion. So stay on the lookout for that. We are.
Yeah.
I'm going to, but I feel like all needs to give y'all an apology, not us. JJ and I are actually outside. JJ just came back inside. I am inside for the moment. I'm going back outside.
Hmm.
But yeah, this will be late. You know, we are recording this. This is the night before we watch the reunion,
Yes.
but I still got to edit this and
Hmm.
everything. So yeah, and upload and everything. So this episode part two, and the reunion may be late. We're gonna hope and pray that they come out before July, before the beginning of July. But you know, we're gonna hope and pray but yeah. Sorry, but had on not taking a week off
Right.
for Memorial Day,
Yeah.
this episode could have been out on time.
Yeah.
Sorry, they took a week off, and that week off then messed up because we had plans. So yeah. Okay, so JJ, thank you for
Yeah.
being on.
Of course. You
Um,
know I was going to be here.
Thank you for putting up with my shenanigans. So yeah, because if y'all don't know, outspoken diva can be a bit of a worrywart. So yeah, she puts up with a lot for me. So yeah, but yeah, we will see y'all for the reunion to recap the talk about our goods and our bads and the divas of the reunion. I can already tell y'all now I have two bads. I have a diva. You'll be surprised who is giving me the diva. Okay, who is getting the diva from me? So yeah,
I can't wait to see which one that is, cause this like ain't none giving me no diva.
yeah, you'll be surprised who is giving me a diva. So yeah, because we have seen the looks. We with the trailer, we have seen the looks. There are two beds, and there is a diva. So yeah. Okay, guys. Other if you have any, do you watch the show? If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, you can always leave them down below on this video on the social media site that you see this on. It's a Facebook. Leave yours down below uh, in the comment section, or you can always shoot me an email at the email address in the description box. Okay, and as always, talking to you in adult terms.